Well, so I tried to record an opening before and then I lost track of time, but I was telling the story about how we lost contact and but I was so excited to have you here. I mean, it's like to reconnect after all of these years. It's such a blessing. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Conversations with Joshua T. Berglan. We are on the World's Mayor Experience, which you can find at joshuatberglan.com. These intros, I kind of like it where we just start recording in the middle of a sentence because like this vibe is real. And here's the thing, it's been so long I forgot how I pronounce your name. Is it Zaya?
Zai.
Zaya, like I've watched her for years
Yes.
inspire people, tell these amazing stories, and just exude love for all people, not discriminating against anyone, just love. And we have, our belief systems are a little bit different, but it's always been this amazing mutual respect and love. And to be able to have this conversation with you after so many years, we tried, I think 4 or 5 years ago, and then just I got kicked off Facebook. Like I lost contact with you. And then you reconnect on LinkedIn, and I'm like, you look just like my friend I have not seen in years. And here you are. I am so blessed to have you here.
Thank you so much. I am very honored to re-meet you again, especially in these trying times for the world. And it's really the time to re-establish the kingdom of God and talk
Mm,
about peace and talk about love and talk about everything we've spoken before. It's nothing new, just that I think we grow and evolve a lot, I believe, as a
yeah.
human. We heal, we learn, we grow. I lost my mom 4 years ago. I think that in itself taught me a lot, a lot about life. And thank you for having me on your show.
Well, I actually I'm the one that feels honored because you are, and when I use this term, please like you are a celebrity in my eyes and what a celebrity should be. Like you are, like you travel the world speaking, you work with people from all walks of life, you inspire people, you have your own amazing story of overcoming when the odds were all against you. And
Mm-hmm.
it's and it's like, and you've kept going and you've pushed. And then I have to think too, and forgive me because I'm not well versed on every single culture,
It's okay.
but you have defied odds in your own culture also, because from my understanding, not a lot of women get the opportunity that you have taken and
Mm.
used. And that's another reason it's inspiring to me. So I'm truly honored to have you here.
Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you. That means a lot.
So I will get into, like, I want you to talk about what you do and so forth, but like what I think I would be remiss to not ask you. No, well, first of all, where are you at in the world right now?
So I live in Dubai now. It's been a year and a half. I'm from Singapore, for those of your audience who would like to know. And I've been to 37 countries. And as you know, when we first spoke, I think I was in Morocco, locked down, and then been traveling, and now Dubai is home. I have like an Emirates residence ID, so this is serious. And I always wonder, this is one thing I love to share with people. I always wonder like how I have these opportunities to, travel. Like you said, I'm like the face of the oppressed women known to the world, right? She's brown, she's Asian, she's Muslim, she's covering her head. But I think we are all I think miracles happen to movers, and
Hmm.
we have to move. Miracles happen to movers, and if you have a calling, like even now Dubai is, people know it's known for its bling and luxury and everything else. But I believe I've been thrown here for a reason, and it's been a year and a half. So strangely, with when you reconnected with me the other day on LinkedIn, just an hour or two before that, I met a guy from US. He's a scientist. We were talking about agricultural farming. We met at a sustainability event, and he said, I would love to have a coffee with you before I leave. I'm like, okay, it's nice. I would love to meet him as well. And at the end, he said, you are very special. Dubai is a center where a lot of people are coming together because something big is going to happen and you are chosen one. He said these words. And he said, "Can I pray for you?" And he was Christian. He prayed for me. And an hour later, you wrote to me. I was like, "No, this interview will happen now." I said, I cried when he said, "Can I pray for you?" I was like, "Of course." I made such a spiritual connection and real, chats like what we used to have, and with this person. And an hour later, you wrote to me. I was on the way home. I wasn't even home yet. I was like, "This is insane."
I guess it's divine timing.
Yeah.
What so I've always, and I've shared this before in old broadcasts, but when I turned my life around and gave my life to the Lord, as I call it, and like I started down my path. But along the way, like right after I gave my life to the Lord, I ended up being homeless. Like,
Okay.
what are the odds?
Nice.
Like I wasn't expecting that, but
Yeah.
I did. But that was just for 2 weeks, and believe me, it could have been way worse. But the very first home that I
Mm.
got was a Muslim woman from Afghanistan
Wow.
in Orange County, California,
Mhm.
and like she essentially took me in because I didn't have the money for rent, I didn't have the money for anything,
Yeah.
and she allowed me to stay in her home. And her home was like some giant house on the golf course, and she lived by herself, and she gave me the master bedroom, and I lived there for 6 months until I could get on my feet. I watched this woman, again Muslim, pray, her dedication, like everything that Muslims do and what they're known for. Like I learned so much about God and so much about praying from her. It was messing with me because in the Christian churches, a lot, they say, well, Muslims are bad and Muslims aren't Christian, they're going to hell. Muslims want us to die. I mean, all of this stuff. And I'm going, this woman took me in.
Yeah.
I learned to pray from her. I learned devotion to God from her.
Nice.
And it's always, I mean, this is years later now. Like, what is it? Probably 6 years or so now. And no, yeah, 6 years. And then it's those lessons and the things that I've learned from her stayed with me, and they applied as my faith grew. But the
Beautiful.
one thing that I could never do as a man of God from the Christian side or the following Jesus side was look at Muslims and go, "You're going to hell." Like, it's just not going to happen. I
No.
so, but our religions are at odds. I don't subscribe to a religion at all now. My faith has changed dramatically, and not going to go into it. But
Nice.
that said, these two religions are at odds about a very, very specific thing. How in the world, from your perspective, can Christians and Muslims find common ground to work together for good?
Wow. Love that question. Heavy question, but I love that question. Thank you. So, well, I'm born and raised a Muslim in a Muslim family. I went to a Methodist school for 5 years.
That's
So,
right. I forgot.
yeah, so I know, like, I read the Bible, I attend chapel, we praise the Lord, hallelujah. It's nothing, I mean, I love that. I grew up loving Jesus. I adore Mother Mary for the strength that she had to carry, for all the criticism and all the mean things people had to judge her for. I think these are things that I hold on to in until now. When people want to judge me or say, "Oh, how can a woman like you travel and blah blah blah," I'm like, I know what I stand for. I know my inner self.
Mm.
So so that in itself, I love what you said about how can Muslims and Christians come together. I think it's not about coming together. It's about understanding we are all one soul made by one hand.
That is good. What a
It's
beautiful
facts.
answer.
It's facts. I mean, like today we speak about diversity, inclusion, equality, gender equality, and all that. I mean, it's not crap, it's important. But until we don't understand we are all one soul made by one hand, it solves a lot of root cause of the problem. We understand the root cause of the solution. I mean, the root cause of the solution. That is one thing. Also, Muslims and Christians, if we go back into the books and we read, I'm not very knowledgeable. I'm not like an ustazah, Islamic scholar, but me too. Like I used not to practice, then I went to practice, so I learned everything that I could to embrace a belief, to practice a devotion,
Mm.
right? To have a sense of identity. But at the end of the day, I learned this one quote when I was passing by a church. Dear, oh Lord, melt me, mold me, fill me, and use me.
Mm.
And ever since I read that quote, I have been on this journey. I mean, today I'm a global speaker, I'm a motivational trainer, corporate trainer. I've written books, I do all these corporate works, family development works, and all. But since the day I read that outside the church, I was walking and I'm like, oh, I like this. Oh,
Mm.
Lord, melt me, mold me, fill me, and use me. That worked. And to me, that is so powerful. That is the reason why I do what I do today. So for people to fight about different beliefs, I mean, internally, I think it's a cultural disorder. What is the problem? We have been programmed by our parents, by our great great grandparents that, oh, we have to be a certain way, then you are a believer or a practicing whatever, Muslim, Christian, whatever. So that cultural disorder, which I've recently coined the term, is a cultural disorder that if and then I met this guy, right? The one who I connected with, Dr. Wing, before I spoke to you, before you connected with me, he said, so you're saying cultural disorder? And he said, the opposite of disorder is peace. I'm
Mm.
like, I didn't realize that, but yeah, you are right. You are so right. And the word Muslim is people of peace. In religion, I mean, in Christianity, we talk about love, joy, and peace. And we're talking about the inner peace that is contained within us, the peace of God, the
Mm.
love of God, the strength of God, the knowledge of God. I mean, if we all understand this, why are we fighting?
Oh my God.
It's like Russian, Ukraine, Indian, Pakistan, today Gaza, Palestine. It's all the ego jacket. It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to even do with culture because cultural is rich. It's full of, its heritage, it's ancestral, but it's total BS.
Mm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I so I want to ask you, because I'm going to ask questions that are kind of from a perspective of
Ask
judgment.
me anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and this is not for me because I tend to not try to tell people how they should believe and what they should think,
Oh,
but from like I've seen some people when they look at Muslim women and they see your what is the
hijab, the
headline?
hijab.
Hijab. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And they see that and they say that you are suppressed. You are a
Mm,
suppressed species
mm.
and you are abused in your culture, you are abused in your religion. Can you speak to that, please?
I can. I mean, a lot of people still ask me, like in Dubai, it's multicultural hub. We've got 220 over nationalities. So recently I met a Mexican American guy, an Italian. They're asking like, oh, why do you wear this, the hijab? Like, is it like a family thing? I said, no. I learned that I didn't choose the hijab chose me. Because in all honesty, with what we see on social media today, people are like, flaunting all the beauty and all. It's like, and I just started wearing the hijab maybe 18 years ago, not too long ago, but yeah, it doesn't feel that long ago. But it was not something from birth, right? Because I'm 42 now. And so that transition, I mean, I used to be a model. I used to wear t-shirt and skirts and blah blah blah. But the transition was, this is my identity. And I didn't choose it. The hijab chose me. It's simple. That's why you meet people who they wear the hijab, they are advocates, they are influencers, and then they decide that this is not for them. Trust you me, we didn't choose the hijab. The hijab chose us. So there could be again a cultural programming where, oh, the family insists that you must, you must, you must. But again, it's a choice. Most of us, I think, it's a liberated choice. It's a
Mm.
choice. You like that word? Yeah, liberated choice. It just came out of my mouth.
My
It is.
experience with you, you have a lot of those moments where something just comes through you and it's like, wow, that's really profound. And
It's a liberated choice, really. I've never said that word before, but that's what it is.
so I know the answer to this question, but I want people to hear it from you. When there's an assumption that Muslims want jihad against all non-Muslims, can you
Mm.
speak to that as a Muslim?
A jihad. I love this word as well. You gave me all the tough
Never,
ones, yeah? You
wait,
gave me all
you
the
like
tough
the word
questions.
jihad?
No, it's a good term to address, because like a lot of people understand jihad wrongly, even the Muslims. So it's good that you asked me this question. That's why I said I love this question. So jihad is about the fight to battle, okay? A battle against. So the jihad that I learn and love is jihadun nafs, the battle within, to
Oh,
teach your ego, to teach yourself, to teach your mannerism, your character. I love your reaction.
I did not know this though. I said I
Jihadun
knew the
nafs.
answer. I was wrong. Okay, keep going.
I would love to know what you understand from jihad, but this is what my version of jihad is about: tazkiyatun nafs, the cleansing of the ego, jihadun nafs, to fight the ego. And it's not a bad fight, it's a good fight, because when you know from right and wrong, al furqan, you know the balance.
Yeah.
And then it's an inner fight, because I can judge and say, oh, he's not praying, I'm praying. Oh, she's not Muslim, I'm Muslim. How do I know that in my last breath I will die a Muslim? Do I know that?
Wow.
Any practicing believers, if you think that, oh, I'm greater than you, you don't know your last 7 breaths. Maybe you will accede to shaitan and say, nah, I'm not a Muslim, because I don't know. You don't know. So who am I to judge? Because so the true word of jihad is the inner battle. It's you fighting yourself, because it is a crazy world. Fighting yourself, it's healing from your inner child struggle, from your trauma, from your cultural disorder, and to establish peace within before you talk about anything external.
How
So what?
similar how similar is that to the phrase dying to yourself?
Yeah, it's emptying the cup, right?
Yeah.
Emptying the cup. When you fight yourself, you are emptying your cup. That's another level. First, you need to understand what are you battling with before you can empty anything. Like
Whoa.
I am in this whole week, I think last 3 days actually, I was reading a book and it said that a lot of us struggle about being alone and feeling lonely, and you can be in a marriage but some people feel lonely, or a family, you have hundreds of family members but you feel lonely. And the book said something so beautiful. Just imagine you have all the people and all the things, and they are walking you to the grave, and then you are buried, right? I don't know, Muslims, you are buried. I think some Christians are buried as well.
Hmm. Oh
At
wow.
that time, you will be alone and lonely. So what are you doing here to pack to accompany you in your grave life? It's all these good works that we are doing, the knowledge that we learn and we impart. That loneliness and being alone is what we should truly be bothered about, and start emptying the cup, because our emotions, our thought process, and all this is not serving our hereafter, our grave life.
Wow. It's so beautifully said. And when I hear you speak in the way that you do, it all aligns with everything that you would hear or hope to hear from a Christian or a follower of Jesus or even a
Or
Buddhist
believer,
or an
yeah,
Hindu. It
exactly.
the parallels are so just close that it's like how you said it. How do we know for sure? How do we know absolutely that what we have been told to believe or taught to believe or led to believe is the absolute truth? And when hearing you speak, it's like, am I really willing to look at someone that believes differently than me and say, you're going to hell? Am I really willing to condemn someone and shame them because they believe differently? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that, along with many other things, is what, again, my faith and praying to Yeshua and reading the Bible. I've started to read the Quran a little bit. I read other religious books as well because I like learning the other perspectives. But my core belief system and my core go-to is Yeshua's teachings and and I've been practicing the Stoic lifestyle as well because I'm a high emotion, passionate guy that sometimes that gets me in trouble. And so I've been learning other disciplines to help. And
Yeah.
here's the other thing too. How strong is our faith really if we are not willing to be asked questions about it or even question things ourselves? I would
Yeah.
think the last few years should have taught people that maybe we should start asking more questions
Of
instead
course.
of just assuming it's all true. And that's not
100%.
just religion, it's what comes out of your TV,
Everything.
what comes
Yeah.
out of a podcast, what comes out of a news article,
Of
what you
course.
read on the back of a product label. You should question
100%.
everything.
100%. 100%. And to keep questioning can also be dangerous because you can keep doubting yourself and being unsure. So I think at the end of the day, we want to protect our sanity.
Yeah.
We want to take care of our emotion and our mental health. That is like core. Because as long as lip service, I say I love God, I do this, but inside you have so much of grudge and hey, here you're like so screwed up. And then it's just I love God here. But do you love yourself? Do you care about other people? Not care about what other people say or think. Do you care about other people? So I always say about people pleasing and God pleasing. There's so many things, so many layers to things.
Mm-hmm.
So Jihad nafs. What do you understand jihad was? I need to ask you. I'm sure
Well,
everyone's curious.
well, it's going to go off into the woods, and I will probably lead it down a path that is just going to cause problems later. So I'll save that for now. But I,
Okay.
I want to, I do, I want to ask you though, oh my gosh, I just brain farted when you asked the question. That's so embarrassing.
No, it's
The,
okay.
the, oh my goodness, that is so bad. Okay, so I'm just going to shift from that for now. So I can't, I literally was on the tip of my tongue. In your
No.
travels,
Yeah.
I'm curious because the news, the media, it only shows us what they want us to see, especially in
Yeah.
America. But we also get to see rumors of things that are happening around the world, but it's really hard to verify if it's true or not.
Yeah.
What is, like, you've been traveling the world, you've been meeting different people. What's the temperature of people globally right now? What's their attitude maybe about America? What's their attitude about life, about what's gone on the last few years? Can you speak to any of that?
Wow, it's a very big one. Honestly, I think economically, where should I even start? Yeah, spiritually? Soulfully? What's the
Sure.
question?
How about the overall well-being of people,
Well-being
like
of
their
people?
attitude and yeah, that kind of thing?
I think since COVID, post COVID, I think a lot of people are moving into this space of mindfulness. I see a lot of meditation yoga going on more. Maybe
Mhm.
because I'm also into it. Anyway, some people tell me, some Muslims say meditation and yoga is haram, but anyway, it's exercise and breathing works. Especially when I do my meditation and my yoga, the quality of my prayers becomes so much better. So just for the record, for everyone to hear this. So I think post COVID, a lot of people are more mindful in their practices. I think emotion and mental health is a very big focus right now, but I still see a lot of people hustling. People are trying and hustling very, very hard. I see a lack of quality of life.
Lack.
Lack
Yeah,
of
yeah.
quality of life and living. As in, I mean, we have food, water, shelter, and we are still striving to prove some point to our dead ancestors or mother or father or something. And I think I wish and I pray that a lot more people learn to take a little step back. Maybe I'm saying from a space of being privileged, but I'm blessed, alhamdulillah, thanks to God. So take time out to spend time with you, spend time with family, spend time, have quality conversations. So I advocate now a lot for effective communication and collaboration and coaching. So appreciation, respect, and trusting each other, listening empathetically, understanding each other better. So these are things I run now, and I do a lot of corporate trainings as well in this space. Of course, it goes back into a lot of spiritual works, because at the end of the day, when you are being egoistic or defensive and stuff, are you people pleasing or God pleasing? You just need to weigh on that, and then you know, is it your ego jacket or is that truly you trying to make a point? So
That's it's pretty profound. And some people look to that, with the meditation, mindfulness, and
mm,
yoga. They say that that's all new age antichrist religion stuff.
mm, Sarah,
And
you.
and I have a hard time with that too, because if I do yoga, which is really just stretching, because I'm not good at meditating. I'm learning just to be still, which is a battle in
Big
itself.
challenge, yeah.
But the act of moving my body and breathing strategically, and I would suggest it's breathing strategically because different breath does different things for the body, for the mind, for the spirit.
Mm.
So I have a hard time wrapping my head around how this is evil, but yet it's people
Actually,
point to it. They
yeah,
say it's worshiping and it's unleashing demons, and it's
yeah,
like I get evil. I
yeah.
was evil. I was that guy. And so like I find some of these practices that seem very anti-evil, like and
I
that they're
know.
called evil, it really screws with me because
Mm.
I don't understand how someone can think that that's evil. Like, it just doesn't.
Programming. It's cultural disorder again. It's just programming. So you see, when we talk about, now that we're talking about meditation and yoga, another thing that I use my meditation and yoga sessions, where we do a lot of breath works.
Mhm.
We talk about breath works, breathing, each breath. And so there's this thing about giving and receiving. Some people are very poor receivers, people are very poor givers. So one of my meditation teachers said this, because I think I used to be a poor receiver, still trying very hard now, because you keep giving and giving out of whatever space. But she said, when you breathe in, you need to breathe out, if not you will die. And I'm like, God, that's so true. So if you keep giving and giving and not receive, you will burn out. That's where we lack sincerity. It becomes conditional. We have expectations. There's no appreciation. So that's about the giving and receiving part. But another thing about breath works would be when we are breathing, Joshua. When you are breathing, breathe in and out now. It is the divine breath. It's nothing else. So when we talk about divine energy, and to take all this meditation to talk about higher force, higher source, higher whatever, it is the divine energy.
Mhm.
Breathe in love, breathe out whatever love. Then what are we talking about?
I love it. It's true. So with with your faith, with the Muslim faith, I've heard, and I don't know if this to be true, but it does tie into astrology, whether directly or not, but I believe that that factors into some of the teachings. Is that correct?
I don't know about that one.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I
I
have my birth chart readings down. I love astrology.
so I don't know, but so there's astronomy or astrology. I forget
I
which
think
one.
astronomy, yeah. Now you
Okay,
got me on that
astronomy, not
one.
astrology.
Yeah.
Astronomy ties
It's the
into
stars and stuff, yeah.
yeah, and I don't like that's another thing too is that some people point to that and look at that as evil and it's hard for me to even wrap my head around that, but I also don't understand it enough. That's
Yeah,
why I
me
keep
too.
my mouth shut because I'm not going
Me
to pass
too.
judgment to something I don't
No,
understand.
me too,
It's
yeah.
it's like I see a lot of people that get made fun of and harassed for maybe they're different in some way. They're just different than the other person because I could give a million examples. And then but people you see them being mocked or made fun of or being judged to hell and I'm going, do you
Yeah.
really understand? I mean,
Mhm.
aren't we supposed to meet people where
No,
they're at
no.
and not judge? And because by
Yeah.
that judgment, or do you think you're bringing them closer to what is true for you?
Yeah,
Or are you
exactly.
making them run away? It doesn't
No,
make
it's not.
sense.
No, that's why there is a saying, right? Hurt people hurt people.
It's true. A lot of
So
hurting
that's
people right
one thing. And a lot of times, even in like my communication class, a lot of the women say, "Oh, when I go into a board meeting and I get questioned by my seniors who are men and everything," I said, and I don't have an answer and I feel stuck. I said, some questions are not being asked because they want an answer. They're just questioning just to prove that they are being smart. So make a joke out of it. Don't answer. Ask
now.
a question after that question. Ask another question. Like, why so? Why not? That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
The only thing when my perspective is if someone doesn't like being asked questions, it's because they're afraid of the answer, or they don't want to reveal the answer because it will expose hypocrisy, or it'll expose something within themselves that they're afraid or not ready to address yet.
Yeah,
And I like to ask questions
of course.
instead of giving opinions. I that's how I engage on Twitter or X for now. I like to ask questions because I enjoy hearing the different perspectives.
Yeah.
And regardless of your belief system, like you can say, well, I'm a Christian, but even within Christianity, there's about 80 million perspectives of what the truth is. And the same with Islam. It's so none of us really know enough absolute truths to walk around like an egomaniac, acting like we're the source of everything that's true. It's just I used to be a part of the truther movement because I believed what I was saying to be true, and then well, guess what? I got corrected really quick that some of that was not true at all, and that's embarrassing. And so,
Mm,
as more time has gone by, as this accelerate, like it feels like I don't know what it is, but there's something accelerating in the earth right now. I can feel it. There's an energy, but I don't know what it is. But
it's the
along
same thing. It's the same thing we've all been discussing. Jesus is coming back. There's no two ways about it. I've been waiting for 18 years. Just come back quickly.
It that sure seems like it to me. I mean, there is a stirring that's happening, and with that stirring comes truth being unfolded or unexposed, or that truth is breaking out of the darkness, however you want to describe it. And there's a passage that I love in the Gospel of Thomas, which is not included in the regular Bible, at least not anymore. But it talks about how, or Jesus is saying, you search for the truth, you search for the truth, and when you find the truth, you're going to be wrecked, you're going to be disturbed, it's going to break you, and
Hmm.
then you'll be set free.
What is
And
the truth he was talking about? Do you know?
well, I think it's the truths of this world, the hidden truths, the truth that's been hidden from us, or who we are really as people, um, are the truth that has been taken out of our books, the truth that they
Yeah,
want hidden, the mystery school stuff that was really should have been available to all. I believe like the free energy, these free resources that the planet has for us, that
yeah.
corporate greed has stepped in and
Long.
controlled
Yeah.
and modified so that we can be enslaved as a human race. I
It's the
believe our
oneness.
freedom is coming.
It's the oneness of being. At the end of the day, one soul made by one hand. When
Yeah.
we all understand that, that's it. That's it.
Hey,
Because
can we
like
unite
it's
on that?
sorry?
Wouldn't it be amazing? Because as
It's
simple as what you're saying is,
it is
we could
it is
unite on that
yeah.
alone.
That's why when in Dubai there's this thing called COP28. They talk about the year of sustainability. So everywhere I go, I say, "Oh, I'm not in a climate change space, but I talk about sustainability of humanity." And they're
Yeah.
like, "Whoa!" And I'm like, then I start, and then I start, and then they're like, "Whoa!" I'm like, it is about energy. It is about people. It is about planet. It is about sustainability of humanity. If we don't have this, we have nothing. And
Right.
understanding we're one soul made by one hand, I think this is everything. Yeah.
It's so beautiful. Why don't you tell everybody about Step Up Journey? Because that is, I talked about, I mean, I could sit here and talk about you for 30 minutes about why I think you're amazing, but I want people to hear from you what you're doing at Step Up Journey, because that is really a good place to start.
For sure. So Step Up Journey is I believe in it's a womb to tomb journey. It is about you seeking knowledge from the womb to the tomb because my company is a motivational training consultancy. So I started out with women empowerment and then I realized we need to support the youth. So there's a youth leadership program, Brave Leadership, called Be a Warrior, Not a Warrior. And
That's
then
cool.
yeah, for the youth. And then as I was actually one day when I was running a session for a group of 40 kids, 12-year-olds in Singapore in the school, and one of the boy, 12-year-old, he wrote, "My personal goal is not to go to jail." So I was like, he didn't want 12-year-old. I was like watching Care Bears and Smurfs, and he was saying, I'm like, I don't want to go to jail. I'm like, wait a second, I need to hear why. And I'm like, this is conversations at home. And he said, "Oh, Mizai, I don't want to be like my uncle, but I'm so happy that you gave me my book. I'm gonna give it to him, to my uncle in prison, so he can read it." And I'm like, this kid is a genius. Like, he just need a role model. So I had a chance to draw a awakening parents program. So now I'm telling you why it's a womb to tomb journey. Awakening parents is resilient, confident parents raise confident, compassionate kids. A lot of parents come in there saying, "I want my child to be confident," but they didn't realize I said resilient, confident parents raise confident, compassionate kids. Why are our kids not as compassionate and merciful and kind as we could be manipulated before? Because they can see through our BS, the adults. They see it and they know it and they will tell it on your face. Whether you can handle it or not, good luck to you. Like, go work on yourself. So that's the awakening parent. So then I realized we could bring this to the corporates. So resilient, confident leaders enable confident, compassionate teams. And then of course I have something sanity for caregivers because a lot of times as a caregiver for my mom when she was around, it was very tough. Nobody's talked about the caregivers. We always had nurses, doctors, everyone paying attention to the patient. So there was palliative care until the end of her day. But for people like us, the caregivers, there is no space, there is no support. Nobody talks about grief for that matter. Post grief, pre grief, grief. And I had to deal with all of that the last 3.5 years. Only the last 6 months, I said, you know what? I am alive. I need to do something. Now is the time. So 2024 is going to be exciting. I have a lot of webinars, seminars coming up. We're going to do a masterclass on a yacht in Dubai. So it's going to be a weekend retreat. It's going to be a lot of fun things that I miss doing. I've done before and miss doing, and the show must go on.
Is are you, what's your feeling about like the metaverse and VR? Are you going to take your work into the new realm, or what do you think about all that?
Well, to be honest, I'm very scared of all this. But then again, if that is the space where all of us can get together and go shopping together or have a coffee together, I say why not? But I think that is where the space of oneness of being is, because then that's where the teleport era is going to happen, I think. And the oneness of being, that I think is it. I don't know. We'll know when we get there.
Yeah, I had a lot of very just because of my childhood beliefs as far as where I believe we were going with technology at a young age, and then what I started studying and learning about, I had my own fear about it because I was like, this is a soul trap.
Mm,
And I was thinking of all the worst case extreme possibilities. And
mm.
then I put on a headset. My partner Jessica is, she's creating an educational software for kids with special needs, and it's
Nice.
amazing. She's got, I mean, it is so cool to see it. So I got to put on the headset the other day and really spend time there and getting to see what it was all about. Yeah, I
Mm,
see the extreme possibilities because frankly, it's a world that why would you want to leave it? It's kind of
yeah,
like, oh, this is nice. But
exactly.
there's so many positives. And I was thinking about in that short time what I was able to learn and what I was able to do, and then thinking of through the lens of kids with learning disabilities and
Mm-hmm.
even physical disabilities and mental disabilities, how this can be a benefit. I'm like, this is what's up. Like, this is a good thing.
Yeah,
Does it require personal responsibility?
of
Absolutely. But you know
course.
what? So does using a computer. So does using a
Exactly.
phone.
Social media, yeah, exactly. It's how you use it, for good or for bad. I
That's right.
mean, you are in US, I'm in Dubai. How did we connect? And here we are again and sharing some good stuff. Why not?
And yeah, and to think without the internet, we would have never the odds of us ever meeting. And I honestly, one of my favorite people I've ever met. Like, it's not, and that's not possible without technology. So like, I'm
Yeah.
so blessed. So Zai, I want to give you the opportunity to share any last words that you have. Please plug your books, your websites, like everything that you're up to, how people can support your journey. The floor is
Yeah.
yours.
So right now I think so basically stepupjourney.com, that's me. You find me on WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. I think the very important thing right now is I have a very big dream. I want to bring my works to Africa because I find that as much as the term women empowerment is being termed so wrongly, why are we talking about women empowerment when it's actually women of power? We are amplifying a wrong message and it's not going anywhere. We speak about women empowerment the last 30 years and nothing's happening. Because that's why I'm going to do a masterclass on a yacht called Women of Power Retreat. Not because I'm a feminist, but because that's the truth of what it should be or should have been in the first place. So the same thing with Africa. I think we Black Lives Matters, and not just that. I think a lot of discrimination, for the black people, they're poor, they're this, they're that, and everything. But look at the world today. Europe is almost gone. US have a very interesting branding. If I can say it that way, interesting branding. And then it's true, no? I'm planning to visit the US in July, so I'll see how interesting that branding is, and maybe it's just my own stereotypical whatever belief. But anyways, Asia's gone. Everyone's turning to Africa, so I would love to bring my works into Africa, like Nigeria. 70% of their population, 120 million population, is under 25-year old.
Mhm.
And they are so smart. I've met so many Nigerians when I live in Dubai. So smart, so talented, so hardworking. And if we give them a source of support through books, through training, through whatever support, I think it'll be wonderful to give people
100%.
chance. Yeah, to give people chance.
I
Yeah.
I work with an organization called King's Council and Trust, and we're kind of our own little ecosystem of support, and we work with people all over the world. And so we have a few projects in Africa right now that are going on,
Nice.
and Africa's on the come up. Like, I see people try to dismiss Africa as it's some
No,
war-torn area, it's poor. Let me tell you,
no, no.
you said it when you were talking about the age, the youth. Africa's on the come up. They're expecting in the next 10 years. I forgot what the numbers are because it's been a while since I've seen it, but they are investing in entrepreneurs in Africa. You're going to
Yeah.
see a boom like Africa, that some people call it the motherland. Africa is going to
Yes,
be the place to be
it
very
is.
soon.
Yeah, of course. That's why I think I'm happy to be based in Dubai because it's so close to Africa. It's
Yeah.
perfect. Perfect. I mean, I didn't choose it again. Like I didn't choose the hijab. The hijab chose me.
Yeah.
Again, I've been thrown here for some reason. So yeah, I'll see what happens.
I wish I had my t-shirt on, but I have a it's my not prophetic shirt, but it's a kind of a casting the vision shirt for the World's Mayor experience and what I'm wanting to do. But Africa has always been like the number one spot for me, but Dubai is part of that. Uh,
Yeah.
and I mean, in other places around the world, it's core, but Africa is such a special place. But Dubai is like that is like a dream to go there, not just to go visit as a
Yeah.
tourist, but to go
Yeah.
spend time, work in the community because I
Yeah.
love melting pots. I've been able to
Yeah.
live in cities that represent hundreds of countries, and that's when you live in big cities, like you have that opportunity where you get to
Mm.
meet people from all over the world, and especially destination cities. And I've got
Mm.
to experience that a lot all over the United States in the places I've
Mm.
lived. Like I am hungry to learn about
Yeah.
other people and their cultures and learn how to collaborate in a way that brings good to the world. Like that is such a deep-seated passion of mine. So
Mm.
talking to you just lights that fuse in me even more.
Come anytime. Dubai is it's nice, especially now it's very nice weather. Just avoid between April to October. It's just too hot. Summer is hell.
Like how hot does it get really?
I live in Singapore. Singapore is hot, but here it's oven. It's hell.
Like
It's
130?
50, 50 I don't know Fahrenheit, but 50,
Oh, that's
60
right.
degrees. Yeah.
Oh, that
You can
sounds
check 50, 60 degrees. It's crazy. It's not, it feels like 50, 60, but yeah, it's different. But I mean, I live here. It's fine. There's AC, there's aircon, there's everything. It's fine. But
I need a
winter
swimming.
is calmer. Yeah. Huh?
I would need a big swimming pool. Anyway,
Yeah. It's still warm. Yeah.
well, we have to do this again. You're a huge blessing. I have so much love for you,
Thank
and
you.
just so great to finally do this.
I know. Thank you so much. This is fantastic. I look forward to watching the session. When are you putting this out?
Oh, I start working on it today.
Perfect. Let's
Yeah.
share with me the link and I'll be
Oh
very
yeah.
happy to also share it out. Yeah.
I appreciate you. All right.
Thank you
Sending you
so
love, my friend.
much.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stop this. You take care of yourself and stay blessed, yeah?